Hey y'all, Summer here. Welcome to Summer Camp Productions on YouTube. Today we are talking about Black Girls Love Horror too. So my guest today is Celeste, and she is a makeup artist here in Portland, Oregon. And we're just gonna talk about movies that we love, TV shows that we love, and basically just our love for horror in general. So stay tuned and make sure that you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and share with people you know. So here we go. You said your name is Celeste. I thought it was Celeste, like with a T.
There's no T, but it's pronounced Celeste. Or you can just call me Cece.
Oh, CC. Ew.
Yep.
Okay. And are you from Portland?
I am. Yep, I went to Vincent.
No wonder.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I wanted to go to Jeff so bad, and my mom wouldn't let me, so feel free. I had no allegiance. I didn't even like going to Vincent. Hated it.
That Jeff is bad and all that stuff.
Yep, you already know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do that to us all the time. But honestly, being at Jeff was like one of the best, few of the best years of my life. I really enjoyed it.
That's good. Yeah, all my friends from middle school went to Jeff. Then it sucked because I was in a lot of programs like SEI, and I couldn't even continue because I went to Benson. I was so hurt. Yeah. So whatever. I turned out decent, I guess.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, have we met before?
I don't think we've met, but I have seen you around. You know how, basically all the Black people have seen each other one time or another. So I can't place where, but yeah.
Back in the day somewhere, because I was a cheerleader at Jeff, and then also I grew up in North and Northeast Portland. So it's if you Black, we probably know each other. We probably related. We probably know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So it was cool because you joined the Horror Lovers PDX Facebook page that me and Nyla, my sister-in-law, put together. And honestly, I wasn't even expecting, 10 people to show up. More than 30, showed up. So how did you even find us?
I am pretty positive that Nyla sent me an invite. I was trying to, because I got the questions and I was thinking about that. How did I join that group? I am fairly certain that she sent me an invite to the group. And then from there, listen, I'm all about all the scary stuff. And it's interesting because, my attorney is my boyfriend. He's opposite. He doesn't do scary. So I don't really have anybody to talk with about all the things. So I was so happy to be in the group. And I know quite a few people in the group. So I was like, yeah, this is dope. And then COVID hit. So I know we were planning to do some things. And we're like, oh, we can't. The movie's not even open here. So yeah.
So if you love horror and he doesn't do horrors, so you just watch movies by yourself, basically?
I make my kids watch it with me. My daughter, I actually got in trouble when she was younger because we would watch all the scary stuff. She wasn't really that scared. She didn't start getting scared until 8. Mm-hmm. So now it depends on what it is. But her and then her cousin, who was the same age, they're both 11. They both live with me now. So we watch all the scary stuff together. And then, depending if it's too graphic or has a lot of sexual content, then I'll watch it by myself, stomach it.
I'm glad that you say that because you got to train up a child, right? So,
absolutely.
So my niece she's 7 right now. Her name is Emery, and she's really into scary stuff. So the other day, I want to say maybe not the other day, a couple weeks ago, we watched the movie Chucky together. And I told people that we were watching the movie, and they're like, was she scared? But I'm like, listen, I explained to her about fake blood. I explained to her what puppeteering is. I explained to her that it was make believe, and once I did all of that, she was good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she was.
And me and my daughter, when she was young, we used to watch Walking Dead. So that's one of my favorite series.
Girl.
And my dad, he's Christian, so he didn't cuss me out, but he did cuss me out. Yeah. And it made me feel bad, but we always, you know, and also I've been a single mom for a while, so it's always just me and her. So we just watched everything together. So I think there's nothing wrong with it. Like, as long as they don't get nightmares and you don't traumatize them.
This conversation that I'm going to have later on with one of my friends, and we're going to talk about Christianity and horror. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, you are more than welcome. But what I wanted to say is The Walking Dead, the person that turned me on to that is Michael, who is Martonio's cousin. Michael is my best friend. We've been best friends. Michael Perez. Oh, I'm putting this government name all out there.
No, it's fine, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm horrible with names. Like, I meet so many people, I'm like, but faces, absolutely.
He doesn't live in Oregon. He lives on the
I was just about to say, there's one that lives like east, right? Okay, yep, that's the one. I can picture his face in my brain.
Kindergarten, and he's the first person about it. He's like, no, you gotta watch this show. It's really good. I'm like, it looks stupid. I'm talking about,
it's up and down. It really is up and down. Like, in the middle, it was down, and now it's back up. Have you watched the most recent ones?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it got pretty good, but I will say, like, past couple seasons, I've been like, but maybe they got the hint, because the last season was super lit.
I mean, the first few seasons, though, I probably watched it in about a month. I'm just like, whenever I get some time, I'm just gonna watch and watch and watch, and I was into it for a while. So, like, my next question for you would be, like, I know it's really cliche, but, like, what's your favorite scary movie?
So, once again, I thought about it, pondered it. I really like, and I know there's like 1, 2, I don't know if there's a 3, but I really like the Insidious movies.
Girl.
Those were, I would have to say, my fave, because also, and I know this is one of the questions to kind of put this in context. When I was younger, I was terrified of scary movies. Like, I mean, like, I was one of those little kids that, like, I would cry. Like, even the Unsolved Mysteries, I remember that theme song, it would keep me up at night. Like, I was so scary of everything, not even just movies, like, everything. So I didn't really get into scary movies until, like, later on in life. I was like early 20s, I would say. And so all the, like, classics, I kind of missed out. Like, I can't remember seeing, like, a Jason movie or, like, Freddy Krueger movie, because I was too scared. So more so focusing on, like, the latest movies, like 2000 and after, those are definitely my favorite. I'd say the reason why is just because I really love, like, even just in regular movies, I'm always drawn to movies that have an interesting plot twist, something that you never see coming. There's, especially, I'm sure you can relate, because I know you also produce movies. I know you have a whole different insight. But a lot of movies are very cliche, right? Like, it's like, okay, actually, Martonio, I wish he was out here so he could come and be like, I had to train myself to not say anything when watching movies, because I would always say, like, oh, this is about to happen, and it happens. He gets pissed off.
Every time. That's why people do not like watching. First of all, I took Nyla with me to go see, who was it? Us. And I don't know how I figured that movie out, because people are still trying to figure the movie out. But I'm like, that's happening, and that's happening, and that's happening, and it happened. And she was looking at me like, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
But it's like, and see, he doesn't like it because he feels like it's a I want to prove I'm right moment. But I'm just talking, and I'm just predicting. And what turns out right, I'm like, oh shit, like, I was right.
I do it.
But I train myself. And so we have this new thing. Every time I do it, I have to give him $5. And I don't like losing money. So I'm just like, let me shut up.
That's good. I mean, a lot of people, like, I'm starting to learn now, like, don't ruin it for other people, just because I'm like, I know what's going to happen. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, even like this one movie. Oh, what was the movie called? It's about to be a spoiler too. The one where they were all in an elevator, Devil or something like that.
Oh, I saw that one. Yep. And then one of them was like the devil.
Yeah.
I like that one, actually. I did like that one.
I called it. As soon as they walked into the elevator, I said, that is the devil right there.
That was dope. That was a while ago that I saw that movie, but I do remember seeing it. That was a dope movie. I liked it.
No, I ain't gonna lie. the only movie that blew my mind, well, I ain't gonna say the only, but the one that really blew my mind was Saw. The very first.
Oh, that was such a good movie. Also, too, kind of help kind of with the journey on my scary movie. So way back, I don't know. Oh, of course not. We don't know each other. Right. So I'm a face painter. That's what I do, like, professionally. But I started off being a makeup artist, and I actually studied special effects makeup. I really wanted to be a special effects makeup artist. So that even further drew me into, like, I love watching just like the makeup and like seeing like the gorier it is, the more I'm just like, damn, like, how did they do that? That's why I love The Walking Dead so much, is because a lot of that isn't CG, it's makeup. Yeah. Whereas like a lot of movies, you know, it's mostly CG now, unfortunately. But, you know, the ones where you're like, okay, this is some really like intense makeup. I love it. So that's why, yeah, I also have a deep love for scary movies.
Have you seen Lovecraft Country?
Absolutely. I haven't seen the very last one because I've been busy, but I'm going to watch the last one. I'm going to try to watch it tonight.
I ain't going to say I'm going to just keep going.
But no, I watched most of it. Oh. The very last episode.
Oh, I didn't think that I'm not really into sci-fi. Mm-hmm. Right? But this series has really shifted what I like. I mean, because before I'm just like, I don't want to watch that. And the same thing with Game of Thrones. I didn't want to watch that either. Because you hear like, oh, like dragons and magic. I'm like, that's
right. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Now that. Did you end up watching Game of Thrones?
I binge watched it.
So good. It's just like the plot sucks you in. Like, and then Game of Thrones, honestly, I think I'm trying to think of another series that really captured like the character development as deep as they did. Like, I don't know any other series. It's like, I felt like I really knew those people. Like, I was just like, no, like, every time someone died, it was just plot twist after plot twist. It's crazy. Yeah, that was a dope series. I'm sad that they ended it.
So for me, it's just like, first of all, like, I get so frustrated because it's like there are Black people out there that really, really do enjoy horror. And for the longest time, I thought it was just me. I lived in this little bubble by myself. And like, I joke about it because it's like my mom, when she busted me when I was younger, and I was watching scary movies. I wasn't even supposed to be watching them, but I was watching them anyway. She thought something was wrong with me, right? Yeah, a little bit.
Did she pray the demons out, girl?
She was gonna take me to counseling.
Oh, she thought like mentally, like you was about to be a slasher killer.
What was wrong? Like I was gonna start killing animals or something like that.
Sorry, that's funny, but it's not funny because I can imagine that might have been a little traumatic for you. Yeah.
She thought something was wrong. Because like when I was younger, let me tell you something. I would be in the basement. It could be Halloween night. I'd be in the basement in the dark, everything like shut off, and I'm watching TV or I'm watching Jason or Freddy or Michael Myers or something like that by myself all night long.
Dang. Yeah. And okay, because I know this interview is supposed to be about something, but then obviously we're turning to something else. I really do feel like, number one, you know, especially when you think about the film industry, it wasn't really designed like with Black people in mind, you know? So I just don't feel like Black people were as, I guess, educated. I don't know if I'm picking the right word, especially back in the day. And also when you know, I think about most of the Black people that I know from back in the day went to church regularly. They may not have been spiritual, but they were definitely religious, right? Mm-hmm. And so I don't want, I might be open to participating. I'm not the most religious person. Like I do believe in God, but I don't go to church on a regular basis anymore. But that is where I could see that being rooted in is like, yeah, people automatically associate, you know, stuff with spirits and demons as being like bad or demonic. And I'll tell you, my mom was not having it. Like she was like, no. I remember one time my dad, he used to always rent me movies. I've always loved movies. He rented me Idle Hands. Do you remember that corny movie? Man, my mom called my dad and cussed him out so bad. Like, I'll be bringing that demon shit in my house. I was like, Mom, for real? Like, it's corny, but so that is what that is what honestly, I feel like is rooted in for sure.
My dad is in his late 60s and he still feels that way. Like, don't turn on that stuff. Like, I don't want that kind of energy in my house. Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's different. I don't see it that way. I mean, okay. So I have a hard time watching like the what is that channel called? Where they have like the real live murders investigation, ID.
Oh, ID, yep. Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time watching the ID channel because it's real. These are real people who like every single day, like regular people who just go out and they just never come home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really hard for me to watch because that type of stuff will make me go check my door, you know, like I'm looking over my shoulder, like that. But when it comes to like horror movies and stuff like that, I know it's fake, and so that helps me to like better like process things. That's what I taught, you know, my niece. But there are some movies, Lord have mercy. This is one of my favorite scary movies. It is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That is one.
I have seen that one. Mm-hmm.
And it messed me up.
Oh, it's intense. Is that the one where they were in Africa and stuff? Like, I watched so many Exorcist movies. There was one in particular, I did not like it because they had the scene. It was like, also, I've seen so many scary movies, they all start to blur together.
Very true.
It was like, I don't know if they were in Africa, but it was like African people, and whatever the demon spirit came from, it came from there. And they showed this lady giving birth, and when she had the baby, like, it was covered in maggots and stuff. Do you remember that exorcism one? It was an exorcism something. I don't remember which one. They had so many.
There's so many. Yeah. Oh my God.
Anyhow, that, and I was going to say, that is one thing. It's hard for me to watch. Like, I don't know why, but it's like, as a woman, there's a lot of scenes where they show like, have you seen that movie Prometheus?
I have not.
Okay. It is mostly a sci-fi movie.
Prometheus.
I don't know if you'll like that one, Summer, because it's more sci-fi, but it has a horror element to it. Because obviously, I mean, it's kind of cliche with like, yeah, they go to outer space and some weird shit comes in and then kills everyone, right? Mm-hmm. But I do like it because it has a futuristic, like, I really like Black Mirror. Did you watch that series?
You know, I started it, but I did not finish it.
Okay. We'll talk about Black Mirror, but first it's Prometheus, the point I was getting at. So there's a particular scene I don't want to give away just in case you watch it, but it's hard for me not to say. Anyhow, when it comes to like women being pregnant and then something going wrong, that's a little, like, that's never happened to me, but it's hard for me to watch. It's like, this was an intense like scene, like same thing in Walking Dead. Like there was a part where the lady, she was pregnant and something went wrong and she had her son cut out the baby. Like that's like hard for me to watch and it just looks so real and it's like blood. You're like, oh, like so yeah. That's the only thing that really makes me like cringe. I will say too, there are certain movies I won't watch. Like the movie that really messed up my head and forever, I still to this day I can't watch it, is I Am Legend. Do you like that movie?
Really?
It really messed up my brain. It really did. Especially with all this, I don't want to call myself a conspiracy theorist, but okay, hear me out. I honestly believe that, you know, there's all these scientists and labs trying to, you know, obviously, you know, kudos to the doctors who are doing their jobs. There are people who do all kinds of weird stuff, you know, and in the beginning of I Am Legend, it started with that news clip of them being like, oh, you know, we found the cure for cancer and we put a spin on the rabies vaccination. And then if you look at science and the model of like how diseases spread, like it's really fast, right? So if something goes wrong, you can't really contain it. It just felt too real. Like I was like, okay, this could really happen. And here we are with like this COVID crisis. And I'm just like, okay, this is just, you know, same thing with that 28 Weeks Later movies. Yeah. Did you like those? I could not. Because also I found out maybe when I was 19. When I was younger, I was like terrified of zombies, right? Like terrified. But I found out when I got older that it's actually not zombies I'm afraid of. Because technically in I Am Legend, those are mutated people. Zombies are people that literally die and then come back, right? But in like I Am Legend, they didn't die. They just, something went wrong in their body and they mutated. Same thing with 28 weeks later, like, you know, get a drop of blood or whatever the hell, projectile blood and all that. I can't watch that. I was like, yeah, that can really happen. I can't do it.
Yeah. You know, I don't like the super realistic horror movies, like the ones where they have like a camera and they're like, you know,
like paranormal. Those seem kind of corny to me. They weren't really scary.
I don't like the shaky cam. Well, I don't like, you know, like when people are like at a party and it's like, oh, this is happening. And then I can't remember what movie it was, but like all the lights shut out. And I think it was like some kind of something came out the water. I don't know. But like super realistic, like somebody's taking, you know, footage from their cell phone. I do not. It makes me dizzy. Like, no.
Yeah. Those never scared me. Like, I was like, oh, okay.
And what's that witchy movie from back in the day where they were in the woods?
Was it the Blair Witch Project?
Blair Witch Project. Now that was kind of, that was the first one, and so that was really weird to me.
And I think that one was successful because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's the first film that was filmed from that perspective of like, oh, someone's phone or camera or whatever. Because after that, people tried to repeat it and didn't go well. Yeah.
So, like, what are you watching right now? Like, for me, I just finished The Haunting of Bly Manor. I'm gonna get your,
I'm so late. Listen, and it's weird because COVID kind of shut down my business temporarily, but I have been so busy like these past couple months. I watched the very first episode, and yeah, that was just like last week, and I didn't have time to like pick up on it. But I really love Lovecraft. Like, love it, just because obviously Black people and like, hello, like we're Black, like love anything Black. I'm just like, great, yes, right. And it was just such deep messages and like things like that, and I just really love and appreciate, you know, films and series like that. So yeah, I also did finish, it took forever, but they aired the last episode of Walking Dead, and it was pretty good. Trying to think what else I watched recently. I did watch Nurse Ratched. Did you see that one?
Yeah, okay. Ryan Murphy is one of my favorite people in the whole world.
He's dope. He's dope.
I love American Horror Story. Like,
oh my gosh. Okay, after this, because, you know, friend is the term that I take very seriously. I think we could be movie associates.
Do it.
I don't have anyone to talk about all these things. I be talking to him. He's like, like,
I hate that. My brothers, they don't watch scary movies. Nyla, she's just now kind of getting into it a little bit, but she's still real scared. You know,
American Horror Story was dope.
Listen, we could like live text each other or something.
Yes.
I love American Horror. Okay, which one is your favorite?
Definitely The Coven.
Absolutely.
Come on. I mean, there's not one better than that.
Come on.
The first one was really dope, but The Coven was like, super, like it was just so well done. Like, and then the fact I stand for Angela Bassett, like stan. So yeah, and I remember, you know what really pisses me off? So I mean, it's creative, but I'm like, okay, I gotta stop because y'all get my heart rate going for no reason. You know, on social media when people make fake cover art.
Yeah.
Did you see that one going around? Like they were gonna make American Horror Story spinoff series based on Angela Bassett's witch character. Like it was going around, right? And so I Googled it and like looked into it. Absolutely fake. I was just like, man, why the hell they do that?
Don't play like that.
It got my whole life.
Angela, first of all, she is my favorite actress. Right?
Oh, so good. Oh, so dynamic.
But when she came on the scene, I was like, girl, you know, with the long twist that she had, and she was just like talking.
Oh, she's so good. So good. And then what was the one? It was a little weird, but I was like, it was cool where they kind of combined the Coven and then like this apocalyptic shit. What was Was it Apocalypse?
Apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That one was cool too. And I liked the Freak Show one. It was good. It was really good. And I think I like that the best because I can really appreciate good acting. And the fact that they just reuse the same actors and actresses in different roles is like so mind-blowing to me. Like, never seen anything like it. So I'm just like, yeah. But the last one, I didn't like it. That 82 one?
You know what?
I didn't like it. I didn't even finish it.
I probably got to the second episode and I didn't even finish it. I forgot.
I didn't finish it either. I got like maybe 5 episodes because I was hoping, you know, there's always some kind of plot twist. I was like, okay, maybe if I keep watching it, like they're gonna do something. They never did nothing. It was just dumb.
See, you know what? I forced myself to watch it because it's just like I did not like the one where they were at the asylum, but I watched it the second time and I liked it.
Asylum one.
I did not like Roanoke.
Oh yeah, Roanoke. Oh, that one was so odd. I did love. Okay, we're missing. I feel like one. We named all of them. Murder House. That was the first one. Yeah. Am I thinking of the same? I think of a different series.
I think. Oh, you know what? There's a one where they were doing like the election.
That's the one I loved. Yes. I love that one too. It was so good. Actually, in light of all this political shit, I was like, I want to watch that over.
No.
No, because they, you know, I was like, you know, I wouldn't mind. Never mind. We're recording. I'm not going to say all that.
Oh, and Hotel with Lady Gaga.
Hotel. That one was really good. That's crazy. I actually kind of want to rewatch some. There's been so many.
Yeah.
That one, oh, it's such a hard one.
And just watch it all the way through again.
I had to think, like, because I really loved American Horror Story. I would say it's a tie between that and Game of Thrones for, like, my top, like, best series of all time. Yeah. Really good.
I love it. Now, we'll see what Lovecraft Country is. Oh, and Watchmen. That's not really horror.
Okay, super quick, because I know you're an expert. I got to ask you this. Watchmen or Lovecraft? Which one do you think was better?
Oh, don't you do that. Honestly, I could not tell you.
That one, because I would say a lot of people that I know haven't seen Watchmen, but they have seen Lovecraft. So I've been telling them, like, all right, if you like that, you got to watch Watchmen next. Like, oh, that's a hard one too.
It's hard.
That is.
It's super, like, you know, rooted in history. I mean, Tulsa, like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sci-fi. And it's like Black Lee. What is his name that is in that show? It's Ya something.
And which one?
In The Watchmen. He's actually in Candyman that's coming out next year.
Oh, yeah, don't even get me started. I told you I'm bad with names.
Well, his name is, but he act like he want to give me some babies. I'm just saying.
I can't say it too loud, but yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about too, when he was walking and I was like,
yeah, he real fine.
Yes.
And did the new Candyman come out? Because I remember we were talking in the group about going to see it. It came out?
Pushed back until next.
Okay, it got pushed back. Because I actually went to Idaho, so I'm sure you can appreciate this. Literally, the first thing I looked up was, is the damn movie theater open? And I absolutely went. I was like, there's no way I'm driving all the way out here, and I'm not going to the movies. So I had the kids with me, so we went to see the New Mutants, is what we saw. Okay. Mm-hmm. It was okay, but.
Girl. Listen, let me get off this subject before I make a whole.
I know. And also too, it's weird because I'm like super Black feminist, right? So Regina King, I was like, where the fuck did she come from? Why is she just everything? Like, she really killed it. Like, out of the rock. And anything where there's just like a strong Black female lead, I'm just like, this is it. That's it.
She's it.
I really want to give it to Watchmen, but I need to see the rest of Lovecraft first. Like, because there's still some parts of Lovecraft, which someone was telling me that they do something, maybe it's on YouTube, where they dissect every episode and like give you context. Because some parts I'm like, oh, I don't understand like where this came from. So I got to get into it.
Girl, when you get done watching,
Mm-hmm.
text message or whatever you and let
Okay.
me know. But I cannot wait for you to watch me.
I'm watching it tonight. You have my word on that.
Woo, Jesus. Okay. Well, that's like all I have. Like,
Perfect.
and, I mean, you say you're a makeup artist. Can people find you on YouTube, or can they find you on Twitter? Can they find you on Facebook? How do we reach you?
Well, makeup I'm kind of retired from, but I do face painting full time. However, we're taking a little hiatus until spring 2021, but it is Mystique's Fancy Faces, and you can find us on our website, Mystique's Fancy Faces, and that's MYSTIQUES, fancyfaces.com.
Nice. And you know what? I might call on you because I might need you to do some makeup for one of my horror movies next year. Just saying.
So, are you? Because I saw you did a movie. I didn't see the whole thing, but it was about like the little girl who I know is Trey Renee's daughter. And it's like a school. What is it called?
It's called Another Day.
Another Day. I saw, like the clips of it that was put together, so it looked really good, and I heard it was successful, so congratulations. So you're gonna get into that genre.
It's lightweight a horror story, growing up being Black in Oregon. Come on.
Absolutely.
I mean, it come off that way, but Black people in Portland and in Oregon know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Listen.
Anyway, but thank you so much for the compliment, and thank you for joining me today. I cannot wait.
That was everything.
Listen, and I want you to be a part of that next conversation too. We talking about Christianity and horror and how they kind of like together with the other movie.
That's gonna be a real interesting one. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Okay. Hearing what the outcome is. So let me know.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I will talk.
Yeah, thank you for your time, and we'll for sure connect.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye.
Bye.